Thank you so much for tuning in. And today, it's an entertaining episode, at least entertaining for you guys, but personal for me. It's about something I experienced. And after listening to this episode, you may think I'm sick in the head or that I'm insane, but I act out of the experiences that I've lived. I've been disrespected, and I have the right to be upset and to lash out on others that offended me. I have the right to disrespect the police departments, the city police departments, because of how stupid they are, and to disrespect the other people in Ohio, in the public, who have been rude to me. I still think there are very disrespectful people. What you're gonna listen to next is a voicemail that I left to the detective investigating a case I was involved in. The person me and my family were accusing the sex predator. They were addressing him, these detectives. And this one detective who I left a voicemail to, he mocked me because he's one of those middle-aged pricks, those middle-aged brats. I bet all he does is sit in his office chair and beat his meat all day. Stupid cop. I'm glad disrespecting cops, for the most part, is not a crime in America. But Ohio, who would want to live there? It's such a pathetic place to live in. Ohio is for the stupid people, and if you do not identify as one of them, you're probably glorifying killers. Now, sit back and listen to this first part. And I will not be offended if you tune out because it's too much for you to listen to. This is a hard episode. It's hard for me to record, and it may be hard for some people to listen.
Sorry,
You take on the trail.
is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished,
What a
press
pussy.
or press pound for more options.
Hi, I was just remembering when the ransomware occurred, your police department absolutely sucked. Then you called me over a case like an idiot. Well, I'm just wondering, you don't have to call back if you don't want to. I know you guys are a bunch of pussies in your department, but don't you agree that you guys are an idiot police department? All you middle-aged idiots, literally. And by the way, I'm just doing this for a podcast episode. I'm recording. I'm looking like a savage talking to a detective like this because I know it's not illegal to have this attitude towards officers. And it's very common too. Lots of my friends talk trash about you guys. Adios. Keep being a waste of tax money to the community. What a savage am I to talk to officers like that. Well, hello there. Welcome back to Strawberry Inc. If you are new, I'm going to introduce my episode, but first let me say welcome in. I make episodes mostly about crime cases, sometimes about other topics such as spiritual topics, etc. Most of my episodes have something to do with death. But today, I'm going to be discussing number one, a person that affected me directly, and also a police department that affected me directly. I'm gonna be talking immense trash. As you know, I just disrespectfully left a voicemail to a police officer. I did it here in a recording because I am brave. And anyone else, if you've had any issues with a police officer and you have their number, go ahead and make a disrespectful phone call as well. Take my example. Because besides, they're idiots. They know they're idiots and they're wasting tax money. At this point in time, it's okay to be making disrespectful phone calls to these people. And I was disrespected first, so why care? By the end of this month, I will be releasing an episode on Adam Coy, the story of two other police officers from the same department. And if you complain about my language and the stuff I say, just know that's the pain within me. And this podcast, it's one of my outlets to describe myself. So today's episode is personal. It's about something that happened to me and about how the systems we're supposed to trust did not show up when I needed them the most. This is a story of a middle-aged white man named John Turke. I met him for a friend when I was in school. At first, he seemed like a nice person. He would give me candies and gifts and act like he was just being friendly, but looking back, I can see this was all manipulation. One night, he invited me to go out. He was just as friendly as ever, until he gave me a drink. Something about it felt wrong. I started to feel dizzy, off, and confused. He took advantage of that moment. He tried to violate me in a way that I don't even want to describe here. I knew I had to get away. I was lucky I did. When my family and I reported what happened to the Columbus Police Department, we expected help and justice. But what we got instead was silence, delays, and disrespect. We had one stupid middle-aged officer show up, and it took so long to get a response. There's so many that middle-aged officers that I'm sorry to say this is gonna sound dark, but I wish it was not illegal to murder them. I wish it was not illegal to murder most people in Columbus, Ohio. I wish a politician would let me do that and get away with it. Because there are people, they've messed enough and they have to be gone. I mean, gone. There are people that are just too stupid for any community. They've got to be gone. So, this officer that showed up told us that their department was dealing with ransomware attacks, that their systems were not working, their computers were down. They said they did not even have a detective assigned to our case, or one who could take on the case immediately and show up. And worst of all, they did not refer us to a hospital. They did not tell me to get medical care or evidence collected. They never took it seriously. They acted like I was a problem instead of someone who had harmed me. I remember how they spoke to me on the phone months later, another one of these middle-aged brat officers. The one who I left a voicemail to. I remember how he spoke to me on the phone, cold, mocking, indifferent. Not once did they show urgency. Not once did they show they care. It felt like I was being blamed for speaking up. Honestly, if I had the legal power, I'd kill a police officer. And so many city police departments I know in Ohio, they're taking crime seriously, like telecommunications harassment, some stupid crimes which are not even offenses. They're not severe offenses, at least. Like that white slut from the OSU campus police, Katie Demi, I think her name is. That stupid white slut wasting tax money, getting paid for taking on these bogus cases reported by nut jobs, by white nut jobs. And the darn Hilliard Police Department, the darn Gahanna Police Department, all of them taking on stupid cases. This is really not a free country. America's not a free country. It's only a free country if you're white. So, if you're not white, and you fight for your country, you get yourselves put in that jail cell. I admire you. I know numerous black kids who are in custody right now for shooting at the police because they feel they are being threatened. I admire them. I wish them the best of luck at their trials. Or those opening fire on a campus like OSU, a campus that is white run. I admire you. I admire you, Raymond Ladd and Shamar Franklin. I wish you the best of luck in your court cases. Most of the crimes committed in Columbus, Ohio, most of them have something justified within them. And whether you agree or not, I'm still going to wish them good luck. with their legal services and in their legal journey. The only law enforcement agencies that work are the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office is basically some kind of police department that works and represents the county, not just the city. In America, the ones in Florida are crappy, but the ones from other states are pretty good. And in Florida, the city police departments, they've been doing a good job recently, but not in other states. Not the Elkton, Indiana Police Department, the Columbus, Ohio Police Department, etc. They're all some crappy police departments. They deserve to be gone. And people of the community should not be wasting tax money on them. They think they're so tough too. This is what happens when institutions treat reports of abuse like paperwork instead of real people in crisis. The Columbus Police Department failed Mia and failed many others too. At leadership, Mayor Andrew Ginfer of Columbus, his office, has done nothing productive, nothing to benefit the community. They failed to run this city during the ransomware attacks. They shut down the whole city, literally. All Andrew Ginfer probably does is lay back on his chair, watch Netflix, and beat his meat. That's all he does. That fat, white prick. Sometimes people in power, they're hard to understand. And the wrong people get put in power in certain toxic areas. It's hard to bring them down. And sometimes the only way to bring them down is by showing up with a Glock or rifle and blowing their heads off. One person has to sacrifice themselves and get put in a jail cell for the rest of the community to be comfortable. We're seeing that with healthcare. Luigi Mangione killed the United Healthcare CEO. Now there is another CEO. And if this next one gets killed, the CEOs may think, oh shoot, I'm gonna get myself killed. I better do my job right. By the way, you should listen to my other show, Free Luigi. And also another show I do called Blackberry Inc., which this is my only and last year doing it. Because I will not be continuing the show for next year. I'd rather focus on other things. The city is pouring money into appearances, not protections. For survivors like me, it feels like we're invincible. This episode is not just about what one person did to me. It's about how cities and systems can ignore, dismiss, or delay justice when it matters the most. It's also about how homicidal thoughts can develop or suicidal thoughts. I have so much mercy towards those who have committed an act against an oppressing institution. I'm still here, I'm still speaking, and if you've ever been harmed and ignored by the same people who are supposed to protect you, to see you, I see you, I believe in you. You are not alone. If you or someone you know needs help, please contact the hotlines. It could be the domestic violence hotline, the sexual assault hotline, the suicide hotline, the Trevor Project. Look up the numbers and reach out to them. It's free. You could message, you could call. It's confidential for the most part, and someone will listen. You could also get professional help. This has been Strawberry Inc. Thank you for listening and thank you for standing with survivors. Before I part, I am going to read you a Timothy McVeigh prayer that I'm going to cast in this atmosphere. You're free to pray too. I really recommend it. Now, let's pray to Timothy McVeigh in order to be granted protection from the toxicity of certain areas that could fly around you and follow you. I pray to Timothy McVeigh, a veteran of the Gulf War and kind-hearted soul towards humanity. All peace to those sacrificed in Oklahoma City, as the intention was to teach the enemy and oppressor its karma. Altar McVeigh full of grace, blessed are you towards the sweet divine. Give us the strength to take down the enemy and be the heroes we are born to be. In the name of Timothy McVeigh, I pray. Amen. Have a good rest of your day, guys.